In the 1990s, Ibrahim looked at Africa's long distances and saw a deeper gap. People couldn't reliably talk to each other. He watched projects stall, not for lack of talent, but because calls failed, faxes lagged, and coordination died in silence. He didn't moralize the problem. He mapped where communication costs quietly killed ideas, and he decided to attack that specific friction. This is Africa Unrestricted. Ibrahim set out to make connection ordinary. He approached the continent like an engineer. Instead of asking why Africa was underdeveloped, he asked why Africans were disconnected at the exact moment when connection was becoming the backbone of economic power elsewhere. Ibrahim studied the system that couldn't scale. State monopolies rationed lines, investment starved, and control trumped expansion. He noted that mobiles existed globally, but here they were treated as a luxury, not a lifeline. When told, Africa isn't ready, he listed the usual reasons: low incomes, weak infrastructure, fragmented rules, then treated them as constraints to design around, not verdicts. He argued a simpler truth: once communication works, people reallocate spending toward it. He bet that proven reliability would unlock demand immediately, not after a plan, but after a dial tone. Ibrahim's core bet with Keltel wasn't about shiny tech. It was about behavior. Build reliable mobile networks across countries and borders, treat users as long-term partners, not experiments, and assume trust, not income statistics, would drive usage day after day. He committed capital before certainty. He entered markets others dismissed and priced for cash-in-hand realities. Prepaid access, tiny top-ups, transparent fees, and wide coverage from day one. The model matched how people actually lived, not how spreadsheets predicted they should. Most of all, he insisted on consistency. Teams were drilled that a call must go through when it matters. Every region, every tower, every shift. One dependable experience sets expectations, and expectations compound into durable brand power. This wasn't idealism. It was systems thinking, applied with engineering discipline. As Keltel expanded, Ibrahim treated Africa as a connected market in waiting. He treated borders as logistics problems to standardize, not as reasons to quit. He built towers where infrastructure was thinnest, enforced operating standards where chaos was expected, and prioritized coverage over quick margins, because coverage created tomorrow's options. He watched fragmentation soften once connectivity arrived. Information moved, coordination improved, and informal commerce gained efficiency. Scale stopped being abstract because he made it reachable. Success changed his environment. As Keltel grew, regulators tightened rules, competitors with deeper pockets arrived, and political attention followed. Ibrahim recognized that pioneering and defending required different muscles. He built governance processes, strengthened compliance, engaged regulators early, and prepared for the friction that comes with scale, knowing institutions would test the company as much as markets. In 2005, he chose a misunderstood move. He sold Keltel for over $3 billion, not to retreat, but to transition the system to owners optimized for the next phase. The system had shifted because of his work. The next phase required different capabilities than the ones he excelled at. He exited the business, not the problem. He redirected his energy to governance, incentives, and institutional performance through the Ibrahim Foundation. Same logic, new layer. For Ibrahim, this move followed the same system's logic. Infrastructure removes one constraint. Governance decides whether benefits endure. So he shifted from building towers to building trust in institutions. He built the Ibrahim Index of African governance to make governance measurable. Inputs, outputs, trade-offs, performance. Country by country, the index turns principles into comparable scores, time series, and benchmarks, so leaders can see where they lag and why. It turns debate into data, and data into incentives to improve. His method didn't change, only the layer did. What held was clear. Connectivity scaled because he removed a real constraint. Trust compounded because service was consistent. Pan-African expansion worked because he treated Africa as a market that learns. What didn't hold was the belief that infrastructure guarantees outcomes. Networks enabled coordination, but fair rules, healthy competition, and shared growth depended on state capacity and policy, factors beyond any operator. Ibrahim's case shows that Africa's challenges are often specific system failures, not vague destinies. Here, failure was connection, response was infrastructure, outcome was scale. What to emulate isn't his company or fortune, but his method. Identify the binding constraint, build a system that removes it reliably, scale before the narrative catches up, then recognize when your comparative advantage has shifted. What not to repeat is assuming success in one layer grants control in the next. Systems evolve, power shifts, institutions matter, and he acted accordingly. The replicable lesson is simple. Fix the binding constraint, earn trust through reliability, and let scale compound.